There are few Marvel Comics characters who had such a striking change of character as Deadpool, someone who originated as a vile villain who wasn't afraid to kill children if it meant taking out his target, to a lovable goofball who would still kill people, but primarily people who deserved it. While Deadpool's personality underwent a significant alteration, that wasn't the only aspect of his character that was reworked for later stories, as his gadgets changed as well, including his teleporter, which Deadpool decided to abandon for good reason. Wade Wilson aka Deadpool made his first appearance in New Mutants number 98 by Rob Liefeld and Fabian Nicieza. Upon his debut, Deadpool was hired to kill Cable as well as anyone else who got in his way. Deadpool used explosives to blow his way into a portion of the X-Mansion that was set aside for the New Mutants while looking for Cable, and the mutant children who were fighting alongside the futuristic soldier immediately jumped into action. Deadpool didn't hesitate to use deadly force against the mutants while trying to kill Cable, but in the end, he was defeated by the combined might of the heroes, though that wasn't the last they saw of him. Throughout the first X-Force run, Deadpool was one of the team's greatest villains, and his teleporter was a big reason as to why that was. Deadpool was already a deadly fighter with powers that made him virtually unkillable, and the teleporter also made him untouchable. So, why would Deadpool give up such an amazing gadget? Well, the answer is one that may shock even the most hardcore Marvel Comics fans. In Deadpool Bad Blood number 3 by Rob Liefeld, Chris Sims, and Chad Bowers, Deadpool has decided to face off against a villain who had been tormenting him for years, a hulking beast known as Thumper. In that effort, Deadpool aligns himself with an old enemy, a former victim of Weapon X just as he was. Garrison Kane. However, halfway through fighting alongside Kane against Thumper, Deadpool realized that it was Kane who was his real enemy, as Thumper turned out to be an old friend of Wade's who was being used by Kane for his own sinister ends. In order to escape as quickly as possible, Deadpool used his teleporter, which he hadn't used in years, to get him and Thumper away from Kane. However, when he used it again, Deadpool explicitly shows readers exactly why he stopped using the device in the first place. As the technology of the teleporter aged, it started to malfunction in a really gruesome way. Anytime Deadpool would use it to bodyslide, the teleporter would strip flesh and muscle off his bones. While Deadpool would quickly heal from the wounds inflicted by the teleporter, he still feels pain. And the blinding agony of having one's skin ripped from their body to simply get from point A to point B faster just isn't worth it. Not only that, but the injuries Deadpool suffers every time he uses the teleporter completely removes its tactical functionality, which defeats the purpose of using a teleporter to begin with, since it takes him time to heal from his serious wounds. Consequently, this slows him down exponentially. Aside from the fact that Deadpool's teleporter was essentially useless based on the heavy toll it took from the person using it, it was also just too much of a staple of Deadpool's abandoned character. Deadpool used the teleporter to make quick escapes after committing acts of evil, so that particular device almost became synonymous with Deadpool's villainous side. With his redemption also came a reshaping of his overall character, gadgets and all, including and especially Deadpool's teleporter. While that is a valid reason for why the device simply vanished, the biggest reason is obviously the horrible side effect of using the teleporter, something even Deadpool finally admitted years after its removal from Marvel continuity.